Okay, CDC learners, alright, welcome. Okay, I'm going to do what I call a paper exercise, right? Just this is more or less to recap your test, CDC test route. Okay, unfortunate thing is I cannot use my bike or use the bike inside and start recording lah. Okay, so the next best thing is using this CDC test route map, and hopefully can help you to record some of the procedures and then also go through the route, right? Okay, all right. So during test like lesson 5, lesson 8, or TP, right? Okay, all the bytes will lie out in one row as shown in the picture here. So your byte will be here, then the next byte you'll be in your running order lah, numbers, right? So all the bytes line up. Okay, the left signal is on. Okay, all your left signal should be on here. Okay, for the next few byte, maybe you'll wait first lah. Once you're near to the start point, you'll start to signal left. Okay, so tester 1 will be here at this seat here, this sheltered seat here. So sorry. Okay, when you look to the tester, right, I want you to scan this region here. Make sure it is clear for you to go in and then change lane. All right, because a lot of time people thought, oh, tester give me signal, I must chiong. No need. Okay, tester give you the signal, you just need to nod your head, acknowledge and say, okay, I saw you, and then make sure it's clear, and then you before you move off, scan. Right, I call this term scan. Before you check back, right, just turn your head a little bit and then scan and make decision. Look for traffic here, here, and here. These are your these 3 immediate points which are the dangerous one. If the light is green in the going straight favor, right, mainly are the cars are the danger. They are the prime danger. Okay, if the cars are not if the light is not green, right, okay, then mainly are the turnings one. Okay, for the turning one, down here there's some blind walls, so obstacle you cannot see through, but you should be able to catch some glimpse of it. The one turning, right, usually for cars, if you see cars around here, quite safe. But if you see bikes at this region here, okay, if you see bikes here, right, okay, they pose more danger. Reason being is bike are faster, they turn faster, right? So when the testers, right, okay, give you the signal, okay, not to acknowledge, scan here and then scan here, here, make sure they're clear. Okay, if your left signal still on, okay, check back right, blind spot left, and then you turn. Do not turn to the other lane, go straight, and then mirror, signal, blind spot, make sure you're good, and then you change lane gradually, right, gradually form out right, left, right, left, right, left. Okay, so once you stop, inch forward half a bike length. Reason being is there is a blind wall you cannot see. And then okay, check for the 5-lane traffic. I call this a 5-lane. Okay, what lane 1, lane 2, 3, 4, and then the 5, right? This is a 5-lane traffic. Okay, I believe they should have one more arrow here. I believe I think just now when clearing of all the markings, I might have accidentally deleted lah. Okay, but anyway, some of these arrows also not very updated, so just you have to observe lah. Okay, what do you mean by clear, right? Okay, usually for this car, right, from the down the slope, right, when they just exit from the slope, as long as they also cannot see you, so they should be moving quite slowly lah. Anyway, they are all learners, right? Okay, as long as before the arrow, okay, if you want to be very sure, right, okay, three, I think something along the line of 3 car lengths before the arrow or something like that, right, is quite safe. And then for the rest of the junction, so there's arrow here, if the cars are here before the arrows, quite safe depending on speed. And then for the turning one, as long as they are still at the bend, quite safe. But once they pass the bend, right, okay, most of the time too slow already. That means you cannot move off. So make sure that they are clear, right? So communicate who to go first, and then you turn. Okay, aim for the center of the lane. Don't immediately change to the left lane. Wait for, go through the second after you turn, right, the second marker, lane dividing marker. All right, mirror, signal, blind spot left, and then you change lane, right? Okay, then you go. Okay, most of the arrows are your action points. Okay, if I remember correctly, this arrow should be around 3 car length. Okay, not signal. Okay, after you pass by the arrow, you can do a blind spot, right? Because you're doing a right bend, so you blind spot right. Okay, and then after you pass by the second, after the bend, do not change lane during the bend, right? After you turn, right, I think the second lane divider here, okay, you can mirror, signal, blind spot, and then change to the right lane, right? Down here, then you signal right. Okay, let's say that a lot of cars here, usually, okay, down here my memory a bit fuzzy, I do apologize. Okay, I know that most of the time here got cars one, because they are waiting to go into this obstacle, the parallel 3-point turn obstacle, right? Okay, if cannot, right, okay, where is the last point where you can do a lane change safely is this arrow. The arrow here, if you cannot change lane, right, stop by the arrow here. Stop by the arrow marking next to the lane divider on the left lane. Yes, this is the left lane, this is the right lane, right? So stop by the arrow, and then with your right signal on. Okay, make sure all safe enough, then you change lane, and then stop. Okay, where to stop? Using this lane divider here as your stop line. You see, you stop here. All right, 1 row, and then with your right signal on, make sure the traffic here is clear. Then you turn in to the center again, in for the center, turn in for center. Right? Okay, down here is pure gray region. Since your right turn signal is on, right, most of the time I tend to keep it until the slope, but sometimes if you feel a bit gassy, you can kill off the signal, and 3 car length before that should be this curb here, I believe should be here. All right, by the 2A side. Okay, this is the 2A, this is the 2B side, right? The curb should be somewhere here. So after you pass by this the car slope, you can signal right again if you kill off your signal. If not, keep the signal on. Form up 1 row by the curb here, right? The 2A curb, right? So for here, what is the what to look out for is mainly traffic from this lane, and then in case turning, right? Oops, not this one. Apologize, there's a mistake. How come I cannot? Okay, it should be here lah. Okay, so that is the dangerous one. Okay, if good, clear, right? Okay, your this safety check should be checked back right, and then just turn. Okay, so remember formation, it should be left, right. Down here there is a sequence to it, right? It should be left, right, left, right. Okay, only 4 bytes allowed for the slope. Okay, 2 on the slope, 2 at the bottom. The rest, wait. You have to wait at this point here. Stop here. Okay, so okay, the signaling, right? Okay, a lot of you are not too sure about the signaling. Okay, here you signal right. For the odd number 1, 3, 5, 7 riders, the unfortunate thing is you have to do a lot of signaling change, right? Here you signal right. When you're going up, okay, once you turn, you signal left, because you're going to stop by the curb side, left, right? So once you stop at the line there, okay, get your biting point, the half throttle biting point, everything up. Okay, once you got it, okay, signal right, check back right, and then you move off up the slope. Once going down, signal left again. Once you go up the slope at the flat side, right, you can start to change signal already. It's okay, because going down the slope, you're going to turn left. Okay, so 1, 3, 5, 7, the unfortunate one. Okay, for 2, 4, 6, you are the more lucky ones. You just need to keep your right signal on. Your curb is on the right hand side, so don't need to change signal. So the only troublesome one is your safety check, because you will signal left to move away from the curb, and then check back left. Okay, because your left signal already on, so you keep on, right? So the fortunate one are the left one, right? On the right side, sorry, not left side. Okay, so up the slope 4 bytes, down the slope it is as many as they can stack lah. Okay, but for the safety check, only the first two riders. Okay, you check back right, blind spot left. Okay, communicate before who to go off. Okay, number 1. Number 2 is don't inch forward, even though here look like very long. Don't inch forward because there's no blind wall. Okay, check for traffic here, and then especially those car coming out of this slope. Okay, plus the 2A bikes, right? Do keep watch out for them. All right, so after that, just turn out. Okay, for the rest of the bikers 3, 4, 5, 6 down the slope, right? Your check back, right, is actually check back inwards, the one you did when you're going up the slope. As long as you're not the first 2 bike, your check is only one check, which is check inwards. If you're on the left, you check back right. On the right, you check back left, right? Okay, only your first 2 check back right, blind spot left, and then you turn, communicate who to go first, then turn. If you can, keep in staggered formation, left, right, left, right. Okay, there is a blind wall here. Okay, a few things. Once you turn out, first thing first, kill signal around here before the blind wall. A lot of learners, including me during the test, I forgot because my mind just blanked out that day. Okay, after you turn down, right, turn down the this slope, right, immediately kill off the signal. Okay, before the blind wall, because if you're down here, you signal left, so some of the riders or learners will mistaken you're going to the left. So try your best to kill the signal before the blind wall, right? So when approaching the blind wall, go a bit slow because its blind wall is very dangerous, right? Don't chiong. Okay, here you go straight. Okay, around the arrows here, right, you do because there is a gradual left bend, right? There's a gradual left bend. You need to blind spot left, right? Turn your head here around the arrows before the bend, right? Not during the bend. So you check blind spot left. Okay, still in staggered formation. There is a zebra crossing here. Okay, for the zebra crossing, if people are crossing, please stop. You have to stop. Okay, if not, they will consider you as, I think this is IF lah. So here is still staggered formation, left, right, if you can. If not, never mind. Okay. Okay, once you go straight. Okay, here you can start to form up one row already. Okay, and then there is I think there's a no entry sign here. After this sign, right? After this no entry sign, signal left. You're going to turn left, right? After no entry sign, signal left. On the arrowhead itself, check back left, and then you turn, right? Okay, during the turn, do not apply any handbrake or rear brake. You should have done it, get to the speed, the turning speed, before the bend, right? Because the tester is sitting here, he can observe if you, based on the light, if you use any of a handbrake. Turning, do not use brake one. Okay, so you have to get to the right speed during this turn. Okay, so okay, the only thing that is different here for TP and this lesson 5 and 8. Lesson 5 and 8, right, you form 2 rows, right? And TP only 1 row at the center. Okay, for lesson 5 and 8, okay, there is actually the thing is there's no formation. It is not say you have to take left right. You have the right to choose, but my suggestion is during your CR, practice for both. Okay, why I say that? If you're on this right hand side, right, you are given a bit more distance for you to gain your acceleration to kick up, so you can kick up to gear 2 around this yellow line. Most of the time when you are on the right side, right, you have a bit of longer runway for you to kick up. But on the left, right, you realize your turn is very sharp. Okay, that one you won't be faulted, don't worry. But when you got such a short distance for you to turn, right, and then you worry about kicking up gear 2, right, that's where a lot of people tends to make mistake. Don't need to rush, right? You can kick up to gear 2 until here, this region here. As I'm saying, I'm actually darkening this spot. Okay, down here you try to kick up to gear 2 and then off your left signal. Where is your left signal? You hear left signal on, keep it on throughout. When waiting for your this figure 8, your left signal is still on. So down here, kick up to gear 2, off signal. Then once you off signal, right, this is the best time. Throttle. Okay, if you can throttle here, then you throttle throughout, throttle until here. Okay, when you are left this last quarter, you are fast enough, you can start to use engine brake and then use your rear brake, right, and to control your speed, right? By right now, you can actually, your eye point should be at this center of the yellow line and then center here. So check here and then aim for here. Okay, before you exit signal left, you're going out already. So this is the portion whereby you should, I always say this is like the last quarter, whereby you signal and then you do the appropriate speed management, right? And then you just turn out, aim for the center, stop here. Okay, so the safety check for the figure 8, right? Okay, first thing first, don't enter without the tester. Okay, down here, sorry, I forgot about the blinker, right? When the tester gives you the blinker, then you enter, right? Your safety check should be check back right, blind spot left, and then you go in, right? Okay, once you stop here for the crank, on time, on target, you can go by yourself. Okay, again, safety check back right, blind spot left. But before that, before you do this, right, you need to scan, make sure that there's no rider inside. If still got rider inside and then you just chiong, immediate failure. Okay, so please, so before, even though this crank is on time, on target, check, make sure that this crank course is clear. Check back right, blind spot left. Down here, kick up to gear 2. Okay, aim for the, always try to look ahead. Okay, when you're at this region, right, this straight region, right, a few things for you to do besides looking at this yellow line whereby you will do cross it. You're supposed to scan for traffic here, turning in, and then here, if you can, right, do a quick scan. You have to make a decision to stop or you proceed. Okay, if you see got bikes here, right, most of the time if you hear at this, oops, I think I'm erasing. Okay, if your bike is here and you see got riders turning in, most of the time you have to stop. Okay, so when you're here, you see got bikers here, this region here, most of the time you have to stop already. Okay, so likewise, if you're around here and then you see got car turning, okay, not safe, stop. Okay, don't stop before the yellow line, stop after the yellow line, before the yellow box. This is where you stop if you need to stop. Okay, if not, right, you simply just go through. Okay, your left signal is still on. Okay, once you exit from here, you can kill off the signal already. Okay, if you exit from the crank course, your left signal should be still on, you can kill it off here. If not, right, a few situations, a lot of situation always occurs here. If here is crowded, all right, and then got two bikers here waiting, okay, do you stop or do you go? Okay, rule of thumb is good to stop, communicate, say, hey, I'm going off, let me go first. Okay, and then you still left signal on, come into the yellow box and then signal right, go to the next lane, and then okay, do a lane change here, mirror signal, blind spot, I won't say too much, lane change only after the blinker, right, and then you change lane back. Okay, don't change lane and then create a disruption for those that are doing that figure 8. All right, around where the blinker is, safe distance, you can start to change lane back to the left. Okay, if no riders, you can go straight, go ahead, right, but remember, kill out the signal, right? Okay, here let's say that form up one row. Okay, let's say if unfortunately red light at this junction, stop one row, one screen, right, the first two riders, your safety check back right, blind spot left, and then third riders check back right only move forward until you are near to this arrow blind spot left, then you turn, right? So that is key thing. Okay, so once you turn, don't immediately change lane to the right, wait for past the second dotted line, and then you mirror signal blind spot, go over again, right left formation, inch forward half bike length. Okay, that one I don't have to go through already. I think quite complicated already. Okay, so again the second time, inch forward half a bike length, communicate who to go, same thing, 5 lane all clear, and then you just turn center of the lane, second dotted line, mirror signal blind spot. All right, and then here, okay, going straight forward, right? Okay, before the arrow you can start to signal, right? Or on the arrow you can signal left, because you're going to enter this left pocket for this narrow plank, right? So signal left. Okay, okay, here you do a mirror signal blind spot left, right? Can you keep the signal on throughout here? Answer is yes. Okay, here is a mirror signal blind spot. You're going to change lane to the left. You can keep your left signal on. Okay, but sometimes you a bit kiasi, right? Just to be sure you want to kill off signal here, doesn't matter also. Okay, as long as before arrows you signal left, indicating you're entering the left pocket. On the arrow itself or near to the entrance, blind spot left. Okay, and then you enter through the pocket. Okay, form out the first 2 bike, form out 1 row, the rest I think there's pocket for you, form out 2 rows. Okay, so there's a blinker here, I believe. Okay, so likewise for the plank, don't just go straight in, wait for the blinker on, check back right only. Okay, one thing, when you enter the pocket, once you enter the pocket here, right, off the signal, a lot of time riders, right, once we signal left, we go in, forget about signal already. There's no signal throughout this whole course one until e-brake. Until the e-brake finish, then we signal. Okay, so remember, left signal down here, right? We signal left, we enter. Once you enter pocket, first thing, kill off signal. All right, so okay, blinker on, check back right, go on the narrow plank. Okay, narrow plank, right? For me, I aim at the tree. There's 1 tree outside CDC here. It's very far. Aim for that tree, right? For me lah, but whatever formula suits you, right? 6 seconds for 2B. Pass the narrow plank, stop. Okay, make sure your wheels should be aligned straight between the cones before the line here. You stop. All right, so once done, okay, the slalom no need any signal, just check back right, and then you go. Right, throttle enough, kick up to gear 2. Once you pass the yellow line, the timing starts. Aim and then zoom, 1 2 3. Okay, before we end off, right, before the last cone, I think after the last cone, right, okay, down here a bit vague, I do apologize. Okay, there is this, we can see that this is actually a sort of right bend, right? Okay, before the last cone, there's one final cone there, right? Okay, blind spot right, before the ending. Okay, and then out from the cone, that should be the last cone, right? Blind spot right, and then go, no signal still. This is the right bend, and then here stop at this line here, right? So like for this e-brake, stop, wait for the blinker on. Okay, check back right again, go straight. Okay, accelerate until 35, maintain. Once the wheel, right, the front wheel passes the first white line, right, okay, release the throttle, let it spring back, and then your hands outstretched to grab this handbrake, right, and then your rear brake you start to step. Do not jam or jam it, don't jam too hard. All right, apply fast, gradual but fast, okay, faster than normal, right? So apply the force. Okay, don't so-called clutch in yet. Okay, so only apply this the handbrake and the rear brake, and it should, if you will go through a distance, right, make sure that when you do that, right, both hands stretch out, okay, lock, okay, heads up, eyes look to the look far ahead, your knees, right, grab the tank slightly, right, grab slightly to gain stability. Okay, and then before the bike stall, right, clutch in. Okay, or when you realize that the bike is slowing down and coming to a stop, okay, you can clutch in already. If you bike stall, doesn't matter, not IF, as long as 2 seconds you restart your bike, right, okay, should be no demerit point. If you start bike slow, I think 2 to 4 demerit points if you're slow, right? But if you stall, no issue one. Down there, there's no immediate failure. Stop before the red line. Okay, so the normal e-brake procedure, hope you remember. Okay, once you stop, your left leg should be down. So okay, check, first thing is check back right. Okay, right leg down, left leg up. Okay, and then start to pump your clutch, and then start to step down to gear 1, right? Step. Okay, one step, right, before your leg down, check back left leg down, right leg up. And then after that, okay, signal right. Okay, there's a right signal here, and then check back right. Okay, then move off. Okay, once you move off, okay, check back right, move off. Okay, after near to the bumpy, right, okay, bumpy is somewhere here, right? When you're near to the bumpy, you can accelerate up to gear 2 already. Don't drag your gear, okay, because the tester is seated here, so he can definitely hear lah. Okay, so try to be fast. Gear 1, then immediately kick up to gear 2 before the bumpy. Alright, almost quite immediate. I think there's some marking here lah. So try to be fast, right? So with your right signal still on, this is a giveaway line. Okay, make sure traffic here, this lane and this lane is all clear. Okay, as long as they are near to the arrow here, very far, is okay. But once they pass again quite near to you, you have to do your own gauge. If not safe, don't go, right? Okay, so once all clear, okay, check, since you're going to do a lane, a giveaway line, and then sort of merging into the lane, right, you have to check back right. There's a check back right here. And then once on this arrow, there is this arrow here, one goes out to CDC, one turn left to keep in circuit. On the arrow marking here, okay, do a blind spot right. Okay, with your right signal still on, blind spot right. Okay, likewise here, there's another arrow here. Okay, blind spot right again. Okay, keep your signal on still. Once you pass by here, near to our waiting area, right, cue off your right turn, your right signal, and then go straight. Okay, likewise, here is again zebra crossing. Okay, the zigzag line, not supposed to stop, not supposed to overtake. Okay, so that means don't change lane. Okay, so always be careful here, right? So once you're down here past the zebra crossing, down here I don't think there's any arrow, but before the bend there is a right gradual bend. Any bend, there's always a blind spot check, blind spot right around here. Okay, almost like 3 car length before the bend. Make sure that it's all clear, blind spot right. Okay, this is the hard part. I think I missed a few markings here. Okay, here the thing is very, the distance is very short. So once almost immediately after the bend, mirror signal blind spot, we are going to change lane to the right. Okay, we're going to turn right back into nursery. So this is the hard part. Why I say hard part? Because the distance here is very short. After the bend, you cannot turn before the bend, because you see the zigzag line is almost here. Number 2 is we usually don't change lane at the bend, dangerous. Okay, so the straight part here, right, almost immediately signal blind spot right, and then change lane. If you cannot, right, where is the last option? Stop somewhere here at the lane divider, just slightly before the arrow can. Okay, after the arrow, I think it's abrupt, and I remember Madam Sophie did mention about immediate failure. So don't change lane too late. This arrow is your last line, right? So stop before the arrow, I think somewhere here. Signal with keep your right signal on. If you cannot change lane, wait for traffic clear. Okay, change lane. Okay, very good. Okay, so where to stop again? Same thing here. Your bike can stop here, and then once traffic okay, check back right. Okay, most of the time you will stop already lah. Check back right. Make sure no cars here. Okay, and then you go, and using this curb as your marker, I think here can go up to 3 bikes, I think. Okay, here again, same thing, check back right, and then you turn right, aim for the center, and then that's it, back. Okay, so that is the whole CDC test route, right, based on my memory. Okay, hopefully it's helpful to you. Okay, yeah, that's all right, all the best.